Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about Alexander Volkanovski's recent comments on the lightweight bout that's going to be for the lightweight title between current champion Islam Makhachev and number one contender Arman Tsarukyan, which would be the rematch between the two. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. In all honesty, every time I think about the Arman Tsarukyan Islam Makhachev fight, I envision a fight that's pretty stale just because both guys wrestle. So imagine there's going to be a lot of grappling and perhaps some explosive moments from Arman Tsarukyan. But generally speaking, I do not perceive or envision this fight in particular to be a quote-unquote entertaining fight. Obviously, I could be wrong. All the reason I say that is because both guys kind of lean more towards wrestling. I do understand that Arman Tsarukyan knocks people out. That's for certain. Super explosive, super athletic, and super flexible, as it was evident in the fight against former lightweight champion Charles Oliveira. Islam Makhachev, on the other hand, has been improving dramatically in his striking abilities, rather, and still the best wrestler in that division. But for some reason, I envision this fight, or I predict this fight to be a boring fight. It doesn't seem like Alexander Volkanovski thinks the same. Matter of fact, Alexander Volkanovski thinks that this is going to be a quote-unquote dogfight. I'm not sure how Alexander Volkanovski is looking at this, but I'm trying to gain a bit of his perspective. How is Alexander or all the other fighters that are anticipating this fight see this fight unfolding? Obviously, as I said before, we have the current champion Islam Makhachev, who's improved by miles, really, since, let's say, 3-4 years ago in the striking department. And Arman Tsarukyan is an explosive fighter, extremely flexible, and has the power and the technique and speed to put people away. So will this be a wrestling lenient match? I wonder. Just because these two have faced each other in the past, and the patterns are somewhat recognized from both fighters. And this doesn't mean that the second fight is going to be a competitive fight or it's promised to be a stale fight. It could end in the first round. It could end in the first minute. Obviously, there's always the chance of a fight ending abruptly. I think a great example of that is the fight between Alexander Volkanovski and Islam Makhachev, the second one that is. First one was a very, 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 very close fight. Matter of fact, I think that I really do still think that first fight, Alexander Volkanovski got the shorter end of the stick in terms of decision. I believe that he made Islam look like a average fighter, in all honesty, in their first fight. Unfortunately for Volka, second time around, allegedly he was not training enough, and I don't want to say partying, but he was certainly, if I'm not mistaken, drinking, just not taking the second fight against Islam Makhachev as serious as it should have been. And that's why he was, in the position that he was at the end of that night. But still, the champion defeated Poirier in clinical fashion. Poirier really had no answers the entirety of the fight, and Poirier, for me, is it's not just for me. The reality is that Dustin Poirier is a legend of the game. He's fought the who's who. And in order for a fighter to make Poirier look like an average fighter, you have to be a super athlete, in which Islam Makhachev certainly is. But the Arman Tsarukyan fight, I envision this fight to be a stale, quote-unquote, boring fight. But it doesn't seem that Alexander Volkanovski thinks the same. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and like, subscribe for more.